Hello, welcome to the first video made by the American Institute of Techniques and Management. This video covers mainly Microsoft Excel and everything that it represents. So, Microsoft Excel is an electronic spreadsheet. As with a paper spreadsheet, you can use Excel to organize your data into rows and columns and to perform mathematical calculations. The tutorial teaches you how to create an Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so let's begin by introducing you to Microsoft Excel itself. Here you can see the Microsoft Excel icon. Simply double click on it and this will open book 1 of Microsoft Excel. As you can see, it is rather simple. There may be many buttons you don't understand just now, but don't really worry. I will cover all the topics and I guarantee you will understand what each and every one of these does by the end of this tutorial. So, what is Microsoft Excel? Well, basically it is an electronic spreadsheet. You can use it to organize your data into rows and columns. You can also use it to perform mathematical calculations pretty quickly. Let's have a closer look at each and every one of the areas in this window. Okay, so in the upper left corner of the Microsoft Excel 2007 is the Office button. When you click the button, a menu appears. You can use the menu to create a new file, open an existing file, save a file, and perform many other tasks as printing and basically saving all your work you're doing here. Okay. The quick access toolbar gives you with access to commands you perform frequently. Let's say you want to use one of these commands or any of these commands very frequently, so you can set them up and use them most oftenly. Here you can see that it's set up for save, it's very useful, and undo and redo. Undo to roll back an action you have just taken, and redo to reply any action you have rolled back. Okay, over here you can see the title bar. Right now the name is Book 1, as this is the default name for the first spreadsheet you open. After you used Excel a few times, you will notice that the number changes. This happens due to well, the probability you can overwrite any file you have on your desktop. So Excel automatically gives it a new number. Okay, and the most important part of this window for now, the ribbon. The ribbon is actually a new feature. It is introduced in Microsoft Office 2007 and it has been used since. You can see that the ribbon consists of Home, Inserts, Page Layouts, Formulas, Data, Review, and View. Okay, I will teach you how to use each and every part of the ribbon later on, but just for now remember these are the tabs of the ribbon. You use commands to tell Microsoft Excel what to do. In Microsoft Excel 2007, you use the ribbon to issue commands. As you can see over here, all these buttons, they're simply commands for, well, what you could simply say your work you're doing later on. This is a way telling Excel what it has to do. You may also find a dialog box launcher in the bottom right corner of a group. If you push this button, which I'm talking about right now, you can see that more advanced options show up for each of these groups. Because here in the ribbon you see only the basic options. If you push this button, you will always see the much more advanced ones, but I will also be talking about them later on. Next is the worksheet. Microsoft Excel consists of them. Each worksheet contains columns and rows. The columns are letters from A to Z, as you can see right over here. But they continue AA, AB, AC, and so on. Just to show you. Yeah, here you can see it. And the rows. The rows are numbers from 1, well, you get the picture. The combination of a column coordinate and a row coordinate make up a cell address. For example, the cell located in the upper left corner of the worksheet. Let's go to it and just show you. Is cell A1. Yes, you can see that both of them are marked right now, A and 1. Cell E10 is located under the column E and row 10. By clicking on it, you can see that they light up, the row and the column. You enter your data into the cells on the worksheet. To do it, you have to double click on the cell and write anything you want. I'll just write 10. Yes. To confirm, you have to type in enter. So if you write anything inside, just push enter and it jumps always below the number or the word you're actually typing in right now. Okay, the formula bar. If the formula bar is turned on, the cell address of the cell you're displays in the name box, which is located on the left side of the formula bar. Cell entries display on the right side of the formula bar. If you do not see the formula bar in your window, perform the following steps. Choose the View tab, click Formula Bar in the Show Hide group right over here. As you can see, I can show it and hide. Just leave it marked so you can see it. Okay, so currently what you can see here in the name box right now is G10, which is actually your number of the row and column you are currently in. If you click it anywhere else, you can see the number changing. Also, when you write in anything in the spreadsheet right now, you can see that in the formula bar this actually appears. Later on I will explain how to use the formula bar in a more sophisticated manner. I've put in some data in these two columns just to show you something else. What is the status bar? Below, over here, you can see the status bar. If you mark the numbers in column B, you can see that in the status bar you can see the average number, the count of these numbers, and the sum of these numbers. You can change what displays on the status bar by right-clicking on the status bar and selecting the options you want from the Customize Status Bar menu. You can see over here. You simply choose the number you want. I'll just choose the minimum and the maximum. As you can see, it shows up. Max is 60 and minimum is 10, which is of course correct. So customizing this part is very useful. When you use a lot of math in your work, just a fast peek over here helps you to check the minimum and the sum of the numbers you're using. Of course, you can use many different things just to achieve this, but this is probably the fastest way. Okay, moving around your worksheet. As you saw before, I can click anywhere I want, and this is very useful. But sometimes when you type in the data, just jumping from the keyboard to the mouse might be quite difficult for you. Okay, so by using the arrow keys, you can move around your worksheet. You can use the down arrow key to move downward one cell at a time. Just push the down arrow button on your keyboard, and this is what happens. You can use the up arrow key to move upwards one cell at a time. Yeah. So do the same with the up arrow key. And you can use the tab key to move across the page to the right one cell at a time. Yeah. And to achieve the opposite direction, you would have to press Shift and tab again. So just basically hold the sheet down and push tab. So do it right now just to see how it works. Okay, two more buttons I have to tell you about is the page up and page down button. If you're in your Microsoft Excel right now, just push the page down button and see what happens. Yeah, your spreadsheet jumps down a few cells at a time. Well, this is due to actually jumping down each page of your spreadsheet. So it jumps down to the bottom of your spreadsheet to the next page. So if you push down, you can see that it goes to number 25 in the rows. This tells you how many rows are in your page right now. And also, this is very helpful if you have many pages of, I don't know, numbers or anything. And this just helps you just to jump from one to another. And do the opposite for the page up button. Yeah, and you go back. Okay, so I've talked a lot about what Excel is, what it does. So maybe let's do some exercises right now. Just try to have some fun with the keyboards, moving one cell left, one cell right, one cell up, one cell down, or a few of them. Doesn't matter, just have some fun. Jump down one page, jump up one page, use the tab button, and when you're done with that, let's begin putting in some data. Okay, so actually the first exercise you will be doing here, for the beginning, I will delete the data here. I want you to type in just random numbers from 1 to 100, one under the other. I want you to put in 10 numbers like that. I will choose 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Notice that it was quite fast. I will let you have some time to just put it in. And just notice that I put in these numbers one under the other by simply pushing enter. It just jumps down each cell at a time. Okay, and to have some more time, have some more fun, let's put in I don't know, random words maybe. I will just write in 1, 2, etc. Okay, so I want you over here just to write down the sum of these numbers. Okay, by left-clicking your mouse button in the top of these numbers and pulling that by holding the left button down, you can see that it marks all the numbers. And just try to find the average and the sum. For me, the average is 17. And the sum would be 187. Okay? So, once again, the average is 17. I'll just write AV, as this tells you what it is. And the sum is 187. Yeah. Okay. So to save this file, you have to push in the Office button, push Save As for the first time, because you have to name the file. I'll choose my desktop for it to be considerably easier. Type in Lesson 1 and save the file. So, congratulations, this is your first step. This is your first file you actually made in Microsoft Excel. Believe me, it won't be much harder from here on now. If you're feeling quite confident right now, I would rather like that you continue on. But if you have any problems, please pause and go back and go through these steps, since this is what I just showed you is the most basic usage of Microsoft Excel. So I would like you to remember all these steps and remember how to navigate. I will, of course, talk about it more in the future in this lesson, but if you have any problems until now, if you cannot keep up, please go back and redo the steps. Okay, so a short tip for you. What if you have, I don't know, 20 pages of data? Let's just jump in to a few pages below. You are in page, I don't even really know which one, it doesn't matter. You're in row 216 and you want to quickly go to row 1. Well, you can of course grab here and pull it up, and this will cause you to go up, or as I showed you before, you push the page up button a few times. But you know, you can do it faster, and I'll show you how. Okay, you simply push F5, yes, and type in to the very specific cell and specific row you want to go to. I'll push A1 and OK. As you can see, we simply jumped to A1. This is very useful when you're looking for a very specific cell. And since we will be looking for specific cells, please remember the F5 command. OK. You can also use the name box for this. Just click once in the name box and type in the cell you're looking for. For me, it would be Y3000. And as you can see, I'm in Y3000. And let's go back to A1. Okay, next one is cell selecting. Of course, I showed you already how to select specific cells. I even showed you how to highlight them. But this is quite inconvenient in some situations. So if you're selecting many cells and columns, you might have this situation when you have to navigate below and upward, which is, well, quite inconvenient for you, right? Like this. Let's push A1. You're in the cell right now. Push in the button F8 on your keyboard. Okay, and if you push it, I'm not holding my left finger right now on my mouse. I'm simply moving around, and push it once anywhere else. You can see that Microsoft Excel anchors the cell in A1 after you push F8, and when you push it anywhere else in your screen, just to show you again, anywhere else, it will highlight the area. Just push escape and then it stops anchoring, and you can click your mouse anywhere else and it stops highlighting the number. Why is this so helpful? Well, let's anchor it right here and let's jump to cell, I don't know, A1500. Yeah, see what happened? You don't have to drag and drop anything for such a long time. Just to show you how much time it takes, we will do it by hand. You would have to do it like this, hold it, And as you can see on the left, numbers changing. It takes so much more time this way. Yeah, you can do it instantly, very fast, very smoothly. So remember F8. But what if you wanted to do something different? What if you wanted to grab a few of the cells, but those cells aren't next to each other? Because as I shown you, you can grab any number of cells, but they have to be one to the next one. Let's say you want to grab A1 and I don't know, G8. Okay, so to do this, you would have to use the Control key. By holding down the Control key on your keyboard, it's usually in the lower left corner of your keyboard, you have to push it, hold it down, and go to A1 and go to G8. What this does, it marks those two cells which you chose separately. If you keep on holding down the Control key, you can mark any number of cells you want. So I'll just show it how it works. You actually can see, I'll zoom in, you can actually see those cells being marked one by one. And you can do any type of calculations. Just to show you how it works on the numbers, I'll just choose random numbers from the numbers I chose before, and you can see that Excel does math for you for those separate cells. So please try this now. Just select A1, hold down the Control key, and select any cell you want, any cell at all. Try to mark a few of these. Let's say at least 4. Look at the average. For me, it's 16.5. And look at the maximum or the sum, better the sum, and write them down to the right of the actual numbers. So it would be, in this case, 16.5. Yeah. And for the sum, just write down it somewhere over here. I believe it was 66. I might be wrong, but it doesn't really matter for me. So by choosing those 4, write this down and click Save. Please remember that later on you will be sending this file just to validate your certificate, so don't forget to save the file.